Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Qualifier number 7. We've already had 15 schools up on the leaderboard with their scores, a fairly widespread, with the highest score currently standing at 97 out of 120. Can the teams today better that? Before we move ahead, a huge thank you to our knowledge partner, IIM Calcutta Innovation Park, without whose collaboration this event would not have been possible. The kind of mentorship that they have provided us, those 3 masterclasses that they conducted for the students, has helped each and every team present their ideas in a much more cohesive manner. We also must thank our sponsors. We have BSNL as our gold sponsor, the Webel Fujisoft Vara Center of Excellence, and Logdhun and as our associate sponsors, and the SKC LNCT group of colleges as our prize sponsor. These are the 4 schools that we would be looking at today. Quite a widespread in terms of geography. We have the Birla High School, Mukundapur from Kolkata, Epistemo Vikas Leadership School from Hyderabad, Sunbeam Suncity School and Hostel from Varanasi, and the Assam Valley School from Balipada, Assam. 4 wonderful schools, massive strengths in each of their clubs. Let's see how they perform today. We also must thank and introduce our wonderful judges. We have the privilege of having with us today Dr. Pallavi Tak, who specializes in sectoral and social incubation programs designed for early stage entrepreneurs. She has designed and led outcome-oriented programs of incubation and acceleration, specially crafted for women, creative, skill ed tech, and social entrepreneurs. She mentors early stage entrepreneurs on business strategy, pronouncing their uniqueness, customer engagement, and data analytics. Since 2017, she has supported over 375 enterprises through various program interventions. She works with university incubators like IIMCIP and e-cells at various universities to build their entrepreneurship interventions on the campus while training their faculty members to lead such endeavors. She also helps the universities design their academic courses and programs around entrepreneurship. Passionate about building strong startup ecosystem in tier 2 and tier 3 cities with a collaborative approach is what Dr. Tak is best known for. Ma'am, thank you so much for being here, being part of this event today. It's a privilege to have you.
Thank you, Subhayu. Thank you so much. Pleasure being here.
Thank you so much, ma'am. We also have with us Mr. Hemanto Bora. Mr. Bora joined the IIMCIP family as the head of ecosystem development in January 2020. He is vested with the crucial responsibility of producing and attracting talented entrepreneurs with innovative ideas through planned interventions and activities with the academia, corporate world, the government, and other such stakeholders aimed towards creating a collaborative, cohesive, and organic system that catalyzes the creation of new businesses. An IIM Calcutta alumnus himself with triple majors in marketing, systems, and strategy, he brings in the experience of working across multiple industries, geographies, and all parts of the value chain. Being an entrepreneur himself, he understands the challenges of entrepreneurship from the ground level and breathes a passion to bring the ecosystem to his home state, Assam, at par with the entrepreneurial hubs of the country. He has won 6 Sigma Black Belt from the American Society for Quality and a Master Black Belt from ISI Bangalore. Known for his calm composure and unfussy persona, he is a fine asset for the organization with an ability to view a problem from multiple perspectives to come up with the best possible solutions. Mr. Bora, welcome back. Thank you so much for being a part of this event again. Privileged to have you as well.
Pleasure to be here.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. Well, before we get to know our participants better, a little bit about Notebook. We at Notebook are an edtech company who strive to make a student's life easier. This is one of the ways in which we help. Well, that's what we do. Studies anytime, anywhere, and videos that you can watch as many times as you want. Well, it is now time to meet our participants. I would request all the participants to please switch on their cameras. We have quite a few people here today. Let's get to know them one by one. As you're introducing yourself, please let us know which school you're from, which class you're studying in, and we would also want to know what are your hobbies and interests outside of the school. Birla High School Mukundapur team, if we may start with you, please.
Good evening, everyone. I am Arush Sarkar, studying in class 7, Birla High School, Mukundapur, Kolkata. My hobbies are reading books and watching animation movies.
Good evening, everyone. I am Rumela Bhomik, studying in 7th grade, Birla High School, Mukundapur, Calcutta. My hobbies are interacting with people and reading books.
Good evening, everyone. I am Vaibhav Agarwal from class 8A from Birla High School, Mukundapur, Kolkata. My hobbies are reading books, art, and interacting with people.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Prerna Bal, a class 8 student of Birla High School, Mukundapur, Kolkata. And my hobbies are reading books and writing stories.
Welcome to the show, Birla High School Mukundapur team. Wish you all the best. If we may move on to the next school, please. Epistemo Vikas, Leadership School from Hyderabad.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Manini Manasvi. My hub from Epistemo Vikas Leadership School, Hyderabad. My hobbies are reading books.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Siddharth, and my hobbies are playing cricket.
My name is Amrut, and I am studying in Epistemo Vikas Leadership School, grade 8. My hobbies are learning about science and all of that. And sir, one of our team members has come as audience because she had some problem. Please allow her to become a participant.
Sure thing. Could you just let me know the... I'm
Nitya.
sorry?
Nitya.
Nitya, if you can please raise your hand quickly. Wonderful. We have promoted her to a panelist. She will be joining.
Thank you so much, sir. So, good evening, everyone. This is Nitya Sri Govindu, and my hobbies are learning music, piano, and also reading books.
Right. Is that the entire team from Epistemo Vikas Leadership School, Hyderabad?
Yes, sir.
Wonderful. If we may travel from Hyderabad across to Varanasi, the Sunbeam, Suncity School and Hostel, Varanasi, if the team could please introduce yourselves.
A very good morning and a very good evening in Jain, sir. This is Ananya from Sunbeam, Suncity, Varanasi. I'm in 12th grade and I love to read and write in my leisure time.
Good evening and Jai Hind, everyone. My name is Devesh. I'm from 12th Standard, Sunbeam Suncity, and my hobbies are writing poems and listening to music. And so one more thing, one of our teammates has joined from the audience. Can you please change him?
Sure thing. Could you just let me know his name?
Yeah, Kushal Singhania.
All right. Kushal is being promoted to a panelist. He should join us soon.
Good evening and Jain. My name is Anushka Vishwakarma and I'm a student of class 11, Sunbeam Suncity School and Hostel, Varanasi. And my hobbies are dancing and acting.
Anushka, if I may step in for a bit, your connection seems a little choppy. There is a good 10-12 minutes before your team starts presenting. So in the meantime, if you could please check your connection, that would be great. Thank you so much.
Good evening and Jai Hind, everyone. This is Ayushi from Sunbeam Suncity, Varanasi. And my hobbies are reading and listening to music.
Good evening and Jai Hind, everyone. This is Kushal Singhania from Sunbeam Suncity, and my hobby is to play basketball and I love reading books.
Wonderful. I think that's the entire team from Sunbeam Suncity, Varanasi. From Varanasi,
Yes.
We now travel up in the hills, the Assam Valley School. Could the team please introduce yourselves?
Good evening, everyone. My name is Kavya Bagrodia, and I'm studying in class 12, the Assam Valley School, and I'm into horse riding and other sporting activities.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Cheshta Mohal, and I like cooking and craft.
Good evening, everyone. Myself, Utkarsh Jajadi. I am presently studying in the 12th grade, and I am also into cooking and I like to draw.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Ayush Agarwal. I'm in 11th grade, commerce, and I love racket sports. I love playing racket sports. Yeah.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Arif Jain. I study in class 12th. I like quizzing and take part frequently in immunes and debates. Thank you so much.
All right, is that the entire team from the Assam Valley School? Are we missing anybody?
Yes, sir. No, sir.
Wonderful. So those, ladies and gentlemen, are the 4 teams that we have with us today. 4 teams that are vying for a space in the top 24 on our leaderboard of 64 schools. It is now time to start with the qualifier. The first school up is the Birla High School, Mukundapur from Kolkata. I would request the other teams to please switch off their cameras so that we can have the presenting team on camera. Also, Birla High School team, could you please let me know which one of you would be presenting? As in
I'll be
sharing your screen?
presenting, sir.
All right, Rumela. I'll stop my share, Rumela. Just see if you can share your screen.
Yeah, I'll try 1 second, sir. Just let me know if my screen is visible or not.
Yes, we can see your screen.
Yes.
Great.
Let's begin.
So, Rumela, if you and your teammates are ready, your time on the clock for 7 minutes starts now.
Good evening, everyone. We are students of Birla High School, Mukundapur, and today we are here to put forward our business idea. Now, from the very beginning, our motto was to plan a business which would not only be profitable for us, but also beneficial for our society. After many trials and errors, we ended up on Thought Cafe. Let's begin with a story. A 70-year-old man in our society was very jovial and social. His only daughter lives abroad, but he had a bunch of friends whom he used to chat with every evening. Lately, few of his friends passed away and few shifted with their children. This senior widower missed his fun-filled evenings and feels very lonely and sad. Thought Cafe is an idea to revitalize emotional well-being by getting people to interact with each other. May it be a group of people discussing about their reading interests or playing their favorite musical instruments. We Open Windows truly believe that communication is the key to all of our locked minds. Our vision is to promote emotional well-being, and our mission is to free the minds. The problems we are addressing are lack of communication and interaction. Lack of communication and interaction are some of the main causes of stress, depression, and anxiety. 56.7% of the world's population and 49.2% of India's population are constantly dealing with mental health issues. But We Open Windows have found the key to this very hard lock, and that is face-to-face communication. Interacting with people of same age or problem and listening to other people's stories, as well as sharing one's own story, can work wonders for us. Our website has all the required information about us, our brand, and our perception. It will contain an online form and our contact details for offline assistance. The online form must be filled in by our clients to provide us with the necessary information. The meetings will be arranged depending on a customer's interest and convenience, such as their hobbies, the situation they are going through, and the types of people they are dealing with. As Thought Cafe does not have any age restrictions, we are looking forward to customers from grade schoolers to senior citizens. Coming to our marketing strategy is very cost effective as we will be going with word of mouth and social media. We will acquire our customers by attractive launching offers like 15% discount for single person and many more. We do not have any direct competitors, but some of the indirect ones are libraries, laughing clubs, and activity classes, as some way or the other, all of them are aimed at psychological resilience. Thought Cafe is unique in its own way, as it supports all age groups, a totally gadget-free zone, and affordability. We also get to free our minds, and last but not the least, we get to entertain ourselves without the help of digital devices. This is our revenue model. We plan to start off with our own capital, and as the number of members grow, we will start gaining profit. The key revenue factor of our brand is face-to-face communication, which will help us to bond with others better and value our relationships. Coming to our team, we open windows are energetic, smart individuals with pleasant personality and thrive for a healthy surrounding. Currently, the team is equipped, but we will look for enthusiasts as we grow. Thought Cafe's main impacts will be digital detox, gadget-free communication, and rejuvenation of mental health. Now, let's get a quick tour of our website. Over to you, Rumela.
Thank you, Prerna. So I'll be taking you on a tour to our website. So here it is. This is where you'll get every detail about Thought Cafe and why face-to-face communication is a need of this hour among all age groups. Our vision and mission will also be available right here. Our membership procedure, that is loading, yeah. Our membership procedure will have an online form which the client needs to fill in order to enroll with Thought Cafe. And coming to our offers, these are our launching offers, because what is a business without some offers to spice them up? And last but not the least, we thank Notebook. We thank Notebook so much for giving us this opportunity to present our business idea. We are hoping to get our company registered and obtain a patent for this unique idea. Hoping to see all of you smiling, healthy, and happy inside out. Thank you. Now we are open for questions.
Let me get this straight. You guys are class 7 and class 8 students, correct?
Yes, sir.
I would not have guessed. I don't know about the judges, but I am mighty impressed. Mr. Bora, Dr. Tak.
I totally agree. You guys are slightly older than my own children. And, I just can't imagine that, somebody in class 7 and 8 will be giving this kind of presentation. So hats off to you. All right. And very good thinking. You have actually gone the reverse way around. You have considered the damages that a digital lifestyle is doing to us. You have tried to get back to the roots. But there's only one feedback that I'll have for you, right? So every business is about, there are two sides, right? It's like a balance. On one side, you have how much money comes in. On the other side, you have how much money goes out, right? And somehow a business plan should always be substantiated by those numbers. What you're going to put into the business and what you're going to take out of the business. And the difference between that is the money that you're going to make, right? And the money that you're going to make should at least be the pocket monies that you guys need to be spending. So that's your profit, all right? So going forward, try to put some math into the idea, but as a concept, mind-blowing, right? Class 7 and 8, I was busy doing other stuff, not thinking on these lines, for sure.
Well, we do have 6 minutes for question and answers. So, Mr. Bora, Dr. Tak, any questions that you might have for the team?
I so much agree. I mean, amazing storytelling. Congratulations to the team. I love the way you said clients. That was so professional. Again, we could not have thought of doing that at that age, even till now. So please accept congratulations. And you look great, little entrepreneurs there. Best wishes for the journey ahead. First of all, are you really serious about taking it ahead? You really want to make it a venture?
Yes, ma'am. When the pandemic opens, ma'am, doctors are doing their parts and everybody are. So we students should do ours also.
Okay. Okay, so you've already heard on the data front. So yes, data is important. That's one thing. But I'm sure the data would start coming in when you start the groundwork. So that's a very good input for you to keep in mind when you start working. As conceptual understanding, I think it's an amazing idea. And what I liked about you people is the effort and the intention to work for this specific segment. Probably two comments here. One comment, you have looked at a very wide spectrum of customers, that means from the youngsters to the old age people. My recommendation to you would be, you first pilot it with one core customer segment, because the needs of all these customers of different age group would be very different. So you will have to design your intervention accordingly. Your numbers would talk in that sense. The patterns would get formed in that way. Okay. So when you're doing pilot, pick up one segment, whichever sounds better to all of you, wherever you can work, That's one. And second is, when you said we don't have competitors, we should never say that we don't have competitors. We'll always have competitors. We might not know about the competitors. Okay. So figure it out who all are working in this stream, and that will help you build your product better. What is the real gap in the market would also come out from the gap that is left by these interventions for you to take care of. But absolutely amazing concept as well as presentation. Congratulations.
Excellent. And I would like to leave you with one small way of getting all those numbers. You need to ask people, right? If when you're talking about your clients, just figure out who could be your client. Just guess, is that uncle going to be my client? Is that auntie my potential client? Just walk up to her and tell him, I'm going to start Thought Cafe. Have you ever thought about, joining us? Are you going to be a member? This is what we plan to charge. What do you think about it? What would you like to see when you join our cafe? Get the information from people.
So we already have. Actually, we have done a survey.
All right. So what did your survey tell you?
Sir, our survey told us like most of the senior people, they of course they didn't do the online thing. They contacted us through our phone number, and they were like so happy because I'm seeing my grandfather, he's staying at home. He was so social, when the world was normal again. So most of the senior people, they're like very happy. They'll get to meet their people of their age maybe, and their experience, their conceptualization, their mindset. That's the thing.
So that is the segment of people you should target first. They immediately get it and everybody can relate to it. My father also used to be a very social man, and then during the pandemic he also started becoming sad. So absolutely, that is the age group which needs the help, which needs this kind of help the most. And do pilot it. I will come and see. I'll come and join you. All right.
Thank you, sir. That's our pleasure.
Thank you, sir.
One place where Thought Cafe will save on a lot of cost is, I don't think they'll ever need a brand ambassador. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the judges are putting in their scores. They're rating Birla High School Mukundapur on 100. And you also get to have your say, because there's a poll on your screens right now. You have 90 seconds to rate how you found the idea, the concept, the presentation from Birla High School Mukundapur in Kolkata. You can rate the team 5 on 20, 10 on 20, 15 on 20, or 20 on 20. So the team's total aggregate score will be out of 120, of which you decide 20 points. We are about 30 seconds in and 65% of the people have voted. Uh, I must admit to the judges, when we started out with Notebook Ignite, the first brochure that went to the schools said we are an event for classes 9 to 12. And then we came across schools that said that we don't have class 9 and we have younger students, and would you be interested? And we said, if it's about innovation and creativity, why not?
Why
And
not?
clearly, in hindsight, good decision.
You guys have got some editing to do.
Yes. Well, just about 8 seconds left. Most people have voted. Thank you for that. And it is now time to end the poll. Well, Birla High School, Mukundapur from Kolkata. Excellent job done. Congratulations all around. It is now time to call upon our next team. After Birla High School, Mukundapur, it is now time for Epistemo Vikas Leadership School, Hyderabad. Guys from Birla High School, if you can switch off your cameras, and the team from Hyderabad, if you can please switch on your cameras. Do let me know who will be sharing the screen.
Sir, me, Nityashri Govinda, I'm going to be sharing the screen.
All right. Can you just try doing that once and see?
Sure, sir. Yes, sir. It's visible.
Right. We can see your screen. You let me know when you are ready to start.
Sure, sir. We are ready now. Yeah, yes, sir.
Wonderful. So all the best, team from Epistemo Vikas Leadership School, Hyderabad. Your time for 7 minutes on the clock starts now.
Good evening, one and all. Me, Nityashri Govindu, along with my team members, will be representing our school Epistemo and our business idea. Did you know Mr. Sushil Kumar is the first Indian contestant to take 5 crore rupees home from Kaun Banega Crorepati KBC. He wanted to become an IAS officer, but his life took a sudden turn. This is Mr. Sushil Kumar taking the 5 crore rupees check from KBC. Why did this happen? Statistics: about 188.3 billion rupees in assets is left in banks as savings, which are never used. Only 24% of Indians are financially literate, which means more than 70% of Indians are not aware of financial management. Only 2.5 to 4% of Indians invest in the Indian stock of exchange, and 80% of Indians gamble online at least once a year.
So, to solve this problem, we are introducing Fusion, simplifying Generation Alpha. So, the problem statement: concepts like simple and compound interest are taught in school, but in reality, the financial world is much more complex than just the calculation of interest. Hardworking people in many of the professions are successful in their respective fields, but when it comes to financial management, they tend to fail miserably. So, financial literacy is believed to be one of the most important topics that every individual has to be taught. It is much more important for every individual to be financial literate and has to be instilled in a very young age. There is rarely any organization in India which enables students to teach important need subjects like financial literacy, mental health, self defense, etc. There's a saying by Warren Buffett that if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work till you die. So, the solution we provide: we build a website where it offers courses on basic and complex financial management. Our aim is to increase the population of financial literates in India by dealing with school students from grade 3 and above. We provide short and long-term courses on our online learning platform as B2B. We provide courses with 3 different levels of complexity to retain the customers. Each level contains 15 sessions and different topics. We provide the customers to learn as they go from place to place.
About our product, we offer many users to help understand personal finance. We also help them with the real life examples. We also help them understand financial terms and classes made by financial experts. structure. We offer 3 different programs with 3 different levels each. Each program has online programs are made with the help of our website, school programs with the help of other schools, and government projects with the help of corporate social responsibility where other companies donate to us, and with the help of government officers.
So moving on to the value proposition. So the website gives us easy guide and reference to acquire niche skills and on-the-go reference to the specialized topic and gives multiple points of view on the topic. The courses will be gamified and animated with case studies and activities. The website will provide good user interface where the customers can enjoy the viewing experience. Customers will be offered 3 different subscriptions to choose from: short-time subscription, monthly subscription, lifetime subscription. There will be an option where customers can also review the courses, and free trial courses will also be available. Moving forward, business model. B2B, where our organization directly deals with other organization. B2C, where our organization directly interacts with customers and customers will directly land on our website. B2B2C extends B2B, so our organization collabs with other schools where the school will charge the students. B2G, our business collaborates with IAS officer and IPS officer who have the strength to implement the idea.
So the further plan of action of Fusion, we are thinking of introducing it in my school by the end of September 2021 and implementing it in the partner schools of my school by January 2022, spreading it to most of the schools in Hyderabad and Telangana by June 2022 in a B2B and making new courses on various niche subjects. Pan India by December 2022 in a B2C model. B2B model will be continued, whereas B2C will be given the most preference. Step 5 is that we move the business to multiple countries abroad by 2023 with wide variety of courses.
Now, coming to the website, for further information, you can visit our website, Team Fusion. And for contact details and feedback, you can also mail us through fusion.mans@gmail.com, or you can use the chat box present on the website. Thank you.
Well, Epistemo Vikas Leadership School from Hyderabad, very well done. Wonderfully presented, the whole team getting into the effort. Well, I will now leave it to the judges. Dr. Tak, Mr. Bora, you have 6 minutes to ask the team anything you want.
Now, a lot of you would have uncles and cousins who have just started working and who probably would fit into your typical spendthrift profile, who would not be financially literate. Now, if you were to tell him that, okay, I'm going to teach you financial literacy, you should come to my website, what is that person's reaction going to be? Is he saying, yes, why don't you teach me? Or would you like to propose the sale to him by telling him, I'm going to help you save money. I'm going to help, this is your salary. I'm going to help you make 1 crore of rupees in 10 years, right? So you will need to tie your value proposition with a result. The moment you say that somebody is not financially adequately literate, everybody is financially literate, right? If he's not adequately literate financially, you'll rub him off the wrong way in the first place. Somebody telling me that I'm not financially very literate, I would not be very happy about it, even though you may be true. Okay, so all you have to do is tell him that, have you ever thought that with your income, you can own a house in the next 5 years, you could potentially pay for it in the next 10 years, and you'll still have enough money to retire by the time you end at 40. Now, that is something which a person would be immediately able to relate with, right? The concept of financial literacy, you will not be able to define it in black and white, but when you give it a goal, that becomes tangible. So that is my only feedback to you.
Just a clarification here. This is specifically for students because you're approaching schools, or this is for everyone and anyone who wants to learn?
Ma'am, this is everyone. This is for everyone who wants to be a financial literate.
Regardless of their age.
Yeah.
Yes, the website will be for everyone, but the school is only for students.
Okay. Okay, amazing idea. And there is definitely a gap here. You've identified it adequately. So great on that piece. Again, my advice to you would be similar to what I advised to the previous group. Decide on one segment. You know, when you say that we're going to teach you financial literacy, now the way, the pedagogy, the tools, etc., would vary for different age groups. Not completely, but to an extent. Even when you're saying that you would gamify it will be different for different people. Okay, and different levels for different people. You could also maybe put in various languages here, not just English. You know, that could be another layer of intervention there, right? So yeah, that is one. And I agree, the returns. So, you know, what is that I get? Because why people shy away from learning financial you know, getting that financial intelligence in place is also because they know that's going to be a long process. There is no immediate gratification out of it. So when you show them that in the next 20 years, this is probably your retirement plan, you know, that might make sense. Are you also planning to introduce an app, or it's just going to be on the website?
Yes, ma'am. Actually, we are planning to introduce an app, but that will take some time.
Sure, of course, that will take some time. Great. I think that should also work in your favor, because when you play games, it's, you know, simple questions that you could put on an app that people can answer and move to the next level. That really works as a motivation for them to keep learning, you know. And then there could be goalposts, and these could also be seen as outcomes. Great. Again, congratulations. Very good effort and very relevant issue. And we do see a gap there. All the best.
Right. I'd like to let you with one small another feedback which I just noticed. So when you're saying that, you know, you're going to do a B2B, a B2C, a B2G, do not get caught up in, you know, that the fact that you have to use jargon, the fact that it is a business plan, you have to use everything. At the end of the day, you know, it's a story. It's a simple story. There is a need. The need needs to be satisfied. You will need to convince somebody to buy your product. How are you going to convince that person? How many such people you're going to find? How much money you're going to get from one such person? And how will you deliver the service to him? That is all that you need to talk about in a business plan. So there is a way. See, we management guys like to mess up a lot of things. We like to make things sound more complicated than they really are. But, you know, when it comes to you know, a business plan, you know, think of it as a story, and it'll be much simpler. All right. If you were to reword this as a story, your business plan is going to be much more concrete. All right. Thank you so much.
Just adding to that, your customer acquisition is going to be very interesting. Find ways to get your customers, acquire customers, not go the routine way. Try and experiment something. And I agree, keep it lean. Don't try various channels all at the same time. You can experiment and pilot, but then gradually you would recognize that there is one channel that's working, or maybe two channels that are working best for you. Yeah, but great effort. Congratulations.
Thank you, ma'am.
Wonderful. Congratulations to the whole team. The judges, if you could please put in the scores for Epistemo Vikas Leadership School in the scoring sheets. And in the meantime, the audience get to have their say in the poll. By now, you know the routine. So get scoring. Since this is something that Mr. Bora just spoke about, this joke that I had read a long time back on a Reader's Digest magazine comes to mind. Somewhere up in the hills of Ireland, a shepherd was tending to his flock, and this person in a flashy car drives up. and says that if I tell you exactly how many animals you have, will you let me have one of them? The shepherd is bored and says, yeah, have a go. This person connects his laptop, connects a GPS, does a lot of Excel sheet calculations, turns around and says, you have 232 animals. The shepherd says, yes, you're correct. Take one. So this person takes what he thinks is a sheep, puts it in the car, and is about to leave. When the shepherd says, by the way, if I tell you exactly what you do, will you give me my animal back? He says, yeah, have at it. So he says, you're a management consultant. He says, how do you know? He says, you came to a place where nobody invited you. You put up a question that nobody asked. You gave me an answer that I already knew. And you have no idea about my business. Now can I have my dog back? So that's a bit about management consulting on a lighter vein. Just about 10 seconds left. 70% of the people have voted. And that is almost time. So yes, we have the audience ratings for Epistemo Vikas Leadership School. The school team, well done. Very well presented, but now it's time to get across to Varanasi. The Sunbeam Suncity School and Hostel Varanasi. Please switch on your cameras. The previous two teams have put up great shows, so you know where the bar is set, but I'm sure you'll live up to it. I can see all four of you. Great. Could you please let me know? Yeah, all five now. Who of you would be sharing the screen?
Sir, I will be the one who share the screen.
Great. Kushal, can you just try once?
Yes, sir. Sir, is it visible?
Yeah, we can see your screen. So you'll have to tell me when you are ready to go.
Yes, sir. Me and my team is ready to go.
All right. Sunbeam Suncity School and Hostel Varanasi. All the best. Your time for 7 minutes on the clock starts now.
Hi, this is Ananya, the founder of Birla, and I am not gender sensitive.
Hey everybody, this is Devesh Dwivedi, co-founder and director of the Open Closet, and I am a heterosexual ally.
Hi, I'm Anushka Vishwakarma, Assistant Director of the Open Closet, and I challenge Rainbow Capitalist.
Hi, I'm Ayushi, Digital Marketing Head of the Open Closet, and I'm not homophobic.
Hi, I am Kusha Singhani, Graphic Designer of the Open Closet, and I support the queer liberalization.
Good evening and Jai Hind to everyone present in this virtual meeting. This presentation is by Sunbeam Suncity School and Hostel Varanasi. And the idea we are going to present today is called The Open Closet. Today, we would like to take this platform to talk about an issue that is only spoken about in whispers and hushed voices. But ladies and gentlemen, somebody has to talk about what the LGBTQ community goes through. If you have no clue what I'm talking about, please have a look at these figures on your screen. 44% of LGB and 67% of transgenders are fired from their jobs when they reveal their orientation. 46% LGB and 30% transgenders are not promoted when they come out to their bosses. Ladies and gentlemen, we cannot stress this enough that queer workplace discrimination is not talked about. Be far away taking actions. And what's worse is that big corporations monetize the idea of queer liberation while doing little or nothing in true reality. This is called rainbow capitalism. Therefore, the two problems we identify and intend to work against are queer workplace discrimination and rainbow capitalism. Now, the solution we would like to propose is called the Open Closet. We are a clothing brand which employs people from the LGBTQ community to produce pride merch. It's them who will produce, promote their community through fashion, and it's them who will take the profits home at the end of the day. Did you know that the profits out of LGBTQ merch to big businesses are worth $917 million annually? And nothing out of this profit is used for the upliftment of the community. That is where our company steps in. Not only we provide our customers good quality merch, but we also act as an ally for the queer community in the truest possible sense. And did I mention that as an additional service, we also offer identity counseling to individuals who are still exploring their identities by bringing them in contact with people from the queer community itself. Now, talking about our customers, as the name suggests, the open closet is welcome for everyone. But our target audience is going to be woke individuals, and our target locations, progressive cities. Cities like Mumbai, Delhi, and Pune are becoming increasingly accepting of the queer community since the last 1 decade and are coming out in their support. Mumbai, for example, is called the gay capital of India, and Delhi, on the other hand, organizes the first ever Pride Parade in India. For further description, over to Divesh.
As we know, in marketing, it's important to know what are the needs and wants of our customers. So, as the data before you suggests, that most of the young population of India uses digital media more than TV and newspaper. So, as the Open Closet is an online platform, we will be connected to our customers through being consistent in releasing information about our services and company. A properly planned and well-targeted digital marketing campaign will help us find the right customers at a much lower cost than the traditional methods, which will also allow us to find new markets and trade globally by getting involved with social media and managing it carefully. Talking about the competitors, we have H&M, Levi's, Adidas, etc. H&M added pride-friendly merch in their collection but donated only 10% of their profits in United Nations Free and Equal campaign. Last year, Adidas was called hypocritical for selling a rainbow-laden pride pack while sponsoring the World Cup of Russia, a country whose laws made the event unsafe for LGBTQ community and its athletes. Many companies who are set to support LGBTQ community contribute a very little percent of their profits toward their welfare. Some companies are also set to exploit the LGBTQ and only use them for their company's benefit, not their employees. So here we are as one capitalism and to support LGBTQ community. We in the Open Closet will produce quality clothing at an affordable price. Our collection of clothing will be gender fluid, gender neutral, which will let people explore themselves. We will directly support LGBTQ community by using the profit for their welfare, which will also be our USP. Now, let's talk money. For legal expenses and technical expenses, we have dedicated 10,000 rupees and 25,000 rupees. For setup cost, we have divided 50,000 rupees. And for miscellaneous expenses, we have dedicated 25,000 rupees. During our research, we found out that there are many social media influencers who are from LGBTQ community, for whom our platform can be a very good opportunity to promote their interests, and it will benefit us too, as they have n number of followers. So we can consider it as a win-win situation. On the screen are some of the influencers whom we are looking forward to collaborate with. We hope we were able to give you a brief synopsis of our idea, which we intend to fight this social issue.
Before we rest our voice, we would like to leave you with a question. Are the corporations you are investing your money into in the name of supporting a community really working for it? Is the community even receiving your support? We at the Open Closet assure you with that.
That's all from our side. This was Open Closet before you. Now we are opening the grounds for doubts and queries.
Well, congratulations. Very, very well done. Love that presentation. I will now invite both the judges to fire away with the questions.
So just to recap, so this is an organization where you have the people designing clothes, the people manufacturing clothes, the people who buy the clothes are going to be from the LGBTQ community, right? That's the sum of
Yes,
the
This is a community-specific organization.
Perfect. Perfect. So when you talk of that business model, right? Are you so convinced that you're going to find so many designers, so many let's say tailors, so many machine operators from the community itself to have your manufacturing setup? That is my first set of questions. Second, you are making an assumption that the LGBTQ community is only interested in gender neutral clothing, whereas a lot of them there are also a lot of them who identify themselves as not belonging to their official gender. So again, that's a very fluid definition. Everybody identifies themselves very differently. Third, I've enough friends in that community, and there are women who identify themselves as men and they dress up like men. There are men who identify themselves like men, and there are all sorts of permutations and combinations. So it is difficult to kind of group the entire thing together and saying that if somebody designs it, they are going to buy it. No, it could be a male designer itself. They might like to they might like to enjoy something from a female designer itself, or the designer might like to design something for men and women and not just for the LGBTQ community, right? So there is variation in the entire spectrum. You're kind of assuming that the entire community is homogeneous. Is that correct?
We are waiting for one of you
No,
to take that
sir.
question.
No, sir.
No? All right. So again, that is all I had. I felt that, you assume that the entire community is very homogeneous, which is not the case. There are variations.
So also coming to a question, like you said that like not everyone likes gender fluid clothing, and girls wear something which can be termed as boyish, and boys wear something which can be termed as girlish. So like gender fluid itself means that which does not have a particular gender. Like we have categorized colors into genders, like pink is for girls and blue is for boys. So here we have not said that it will only be gender fluid, but it will also contain gender fluid, like not many companies produce such kind of products. So here we have that kind of product where people like to explore themselves, where people can explore themselves.
Okay, I'll take that.
Okay, why did you think of this? Why this community?
Ma'am, June just passed, and as we know, it is celebrated as Pride Month. And we noticed that corporations like Myntra and Flipkart, we suddenly saw all these corporations turning their logos rainbow and selling rainbow merch. But then July came, and I did not see any rainbow anywhere on social media or any of their sites. So was the support just for profits and just for a month in the whole year? So that is where I came across this term rainbow capitalism, and I felt that was just for the sake of profit, and we really intend to work for the community. So that is where the idea came from.
Okay. My second question is, sorry, yeah, Mr. Bora, please go ahead.
So I was just thinking that, when you're doing a business, do it solely for the purpose of making profits. When you're doing something for the society, do it solely for the purpose of doing it for the society. Do not make a business out of charity. Do not make charity a business.
So this is not a charity, like
right?
Yeah. So
okay.
Yes, please.
Can I talk about the things Sir said?
Go
Sir
ahead.
said that sir said that we are doing it out of charity, but we don't think so. Like we feel that like they are not different people and they are us. Like we are them and they are us. We are like one society, and so it's like the government has legally accepted them. So why not socially accept them? Like we are social entrepreneurs, which like we know that is a term, and social entrepreneurs work basically on like we have a problem which is a social problem, and we as an entrepreneur are trying to like eradicate that problem. We're trying to take a step to eradicate that problem.
Mom, can I just add to that?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah, so I just wanted to say that as sir said that if you do a business, do it solely for profits, and if you are doing a social welfare, then do it solely for the purpose of social welfare. So this is an idea which is not just benefiting the community, but we are gaining profit out of it, because if you noticed, we are focusing on the woke individuals and on progressive cities. So there are people there who identify as LGBTQ, and there are heterosexual allies who do buy the products to show their support. So it's not like we'll not earn profit from it, but we intend to work for the purpose of social welfare and profits both.
Perfect. Perfect. So that was the term I was pushing you to, social entrepreneurship, right? You need to accept the fact that you're pursuing a social business, right? And you also need to be cognizant of the fact that a social business will have a slightly longer runway as compared to another business. There is a possibility, and you must be willing to, accept the fact and live with it. But okay, fair enough. Good try. We would ideally also want to see some sort of numbers associated with it, right? How much you're going to sell. You have talked about the size of the community, but you also need to kind of point to what is the business that you're going to generate from the community. At the end of the day, even if it is a social enterprise, do understand that the social enterprise is only going to survive if it makes profit. So profit is not a bad word. All right. So you still got to make profits even if you're a social enterprise. All right. All right. That is what I'd like to leave you with. Thank you.
Okay. First of all, congratulations for taking up this issue and this concern. A very good presentation. Conceptually, great. Yes, business model needs to be worked upon. There are two parts to it. One part where you're looking at the impact side and the community that you want to keep at the core while designing your revenue and business models. So my first recommendation to you would be go and meet these people. The designers, the people who would make these garments, these apparels, and the people who would consume these apparels. So first mantra or the first thing about a story or creating a business, especially if you're talking about a social impact business, is empathizing with these people. Whatever we get from Facebook and social media platforms is very limited. The real and the true pictures and their concerns, you would be able to empathize with them better, and that will help you build a better model, a better intervention for them. Okay, so that's one. Secondly, you mentioned that you would want to start with these three cities, which is Bombay, Delhi, and Pune. Great. Also look at how would you expand to other smaller cities, because the problem is bad there. It's worse there. So we just can't stick to these cities. In due course of time, we should look at expanding, and that understanding should be there right from the beginning. On the business front, either you say that you would want to customize these apparels, because usually in the market, it's very compartmentalized, men and women, right? So either you say that you would want to customize these as per their unique personality, okay? Or you say, because when you say customized, then the value of the apparels goes up. That means more value to each and every unit sold. Or else you say that these people will make, but this will be for everyone and anyone who wants to buy. For example, artisans make. Everyone buys it, right? So either which way, you're creating a model which is scalable, which gives you enough value and profits for that matter. Okay, but congratulations on taking this up, and I hope you would build a good business model around it. Great.
Thank you for the feedback, ma'am.
Wonderful. Thank you to both the judges. It's now time to put in your scores and the audience. You get to have your say. Here's the poll. You are polling for the social entrepreneurs from Sunbeam, Suncity School and Hostel, Varanasi. Wow, 20 seconds and 70% votes in. I can tell that you already have your marketing game down pat. A lot of friends in the audience, which is good, which is a huge part of being an entrepreneur. Getting people who know you to support you. We are close to a minute. 82% of people have voted. We just have about 15 more seconds to go. In case you have not voted, do vote. Because the whole point of you being in the audience is to also see how well what our young participants are saying resonates with an audience out there. The judges are obviously experts in judging, enterprises and business ideas. That's 90 seconds. I shall close the poll now. We have your polls. And thank you so much. And congratulations to the team once again. Very, very well done. I will now invite the team from the Assam Valley School to please switch on your cameras. I have Cheshta, Utkarsh, Ayush, and Kavya. Could you just share the screen, whoever is sharing? And we have Arav as well. All right. Do let me know when you're ready to start.
So we are ready.
Great. So all the best, team. Your time for 7 minutes starts now.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Cheshta Noir, and I, along with my other co-founders, are going to explain our business idea. We will work as a cooperative society. We are based in Assam with our headquarters standing in Guwahati. Problems. Our society focuses on not only one, but two problems simultaneously. The first one is the huge quantity of waste production. India produces 1.5 metric tons of waste every day, which would be enough to construct 3 Burj Khalifa. It has several mountains of waste and dump yards, one of which has crossed the height of 14 floors. The biodegradable component of India's solid waste is currently estimated at a little over 50%. The second problem is the use of extensive fertilizer, which almost takes away the nutritious value of our food. Only 2% of total agricultural land is used for organic farming in India. Our society has taken a step to deal with this problem by using waste to make organic fertilizer and then producing organic fruits and vegetables. Process. We are going to collect spoil or waste food from hotels and hostels, which will serve as a biodegradable waste. We are then going to process this waste in a compost machine. The end result that comes out of the compost machine will be used as natural fertilizer. Our society then makes an agreement with small farmers and asks them to grow crops using our natural fertilizer. The organic fruits and vegetables are grown by these farmers will be then supplied directly to the market by us. Prototype. We try to do this at our home. We used leftover food and peels of fruits and vegetables and mixed it with some soil and covered it. 2 weeks later, we used this to grow new plant. Seeing the success of this process, we decided to take it to a large level. Product. We will supply all kinds of fruits and vegetables that can be grown in Assam. Our product will be 100% natural, which will make it so much safer and healthier. The process of making our product helps to reduce waste. Organic farming will increase farm productivity and repair decades of environmental damage. We will also sell a part of the manure that we produce directly in the market. Customers. Our customers will be mainly higher income people living in urban areas, as they are much aware of the harmful effects of genetically modified fruits and vegetables with lots of fertilizers. Moreover, the cultivation of organic fruits and vegetables is little expensive, which ultimately makes the fruits and vegetables expensive, and they could not be afforded by the lower income people. But with time, we will reduce the price of our fruits and vegetables so that more people can afford it. Marketing strategy. We will make people aware of our product through banners and social media platforms. We will give our product to gym instructors and doctors to prove our product's worth and ask them to promote us to their customers. Our company will also connect with organizations working for waste management and farmers, which can promote us through their campaigns. We will ensure that our goods are 100% fresh with no chemicals. We will distribute our goods to supermarkets like Big Bazaars and JioMart, etc. To reach out directly to the general public, we will have our own app. This way, we will increase our reach, and soon with time, we will start importing our products to nearby cities and further abroad. Slot analysis. Strength. The rich nutritional value in organic fruits and vegetables is the main reason for its high demand in the domestic as well as global market. As per several studies report, it shows that practicing organic system over a long period of time can outdo the conventional method. Weakness. Organic farming is more expensive than a regular conventional farming. Due to this, it is a huge task for us to make people trust our product and assure them that their money does not go in vain. Opportunities. Organic fruits and vegetables are a healthier and safer replacement of regular conventional food. Our process involves conversion of waste into manure, which also helps in reducing the total waste. Threats. We have a huge number of competitors. There are 835,000 organic farmers in India. We are looking forward to growing in this industry, keeping in our mind environmental as well as social costs that the other companies lack. Yog Organic Spices and wholesaler and supplier is one of the closest competitor to our company. Revenue model. These are the estimated costs which we have taken out for our startup. The annual variable cost is 45 lakhs and the annual revenue is 60 lakhs, in which we are expecting 50 lakhs from the fruits and vegetables and 10 lakhs from the manure. Team. Our team will be divided into two parts. The first part will work on the collection of waste and producing compost out of it. And the second part will be concerned with the farming of organic fruits and vegetables. The skill set that we will look for are a group of people with proper knowledge of the geography of the area who can help us with the collection of waste from various areas, an expert in organic farming to guide our workers, farmers with small land holdings with basic knowledge of farming, and a group of people with good marketing skills. Impact. Our society is reducing the amount of waste produced and also producing nutritious organic fruits and vegetables. We will start with benefiting a small group of people, but with time we will grow and will be beneficial for a huge number of people. Our society not only benefits the customer buying from us, but the society as a whole. For any further inquiries, you can contact us through our email, greenspring@gmail.com. Thank you.
Assam Valley School team, very, very well done. Wonderful concept. I love such platform ideas where both the supply side and the demand side get catered by you. Beautiful. I would now invite the judges to ask their questions.
All right. My question is on the availability of raw material. Okay. And in Guwahati, waste is not segregated. So how are you going to get how are you going to segregate the biodegradable part of the waste?
Shall I take it? Yeah. Thank you for the question, sir. So we aren't going to take the waste from the municipal corporation. So we will be sending our vehicles to restaurants, to hotels, and to the places where mostly biodegradable waste is the main chunk of the waste that's produced. So our main concerns will be the restaurants, the hostels, and there are many hostels in Guwahati and in the surrounding areas. So, and as we grow, we'll cover more land, and that's how we'll grow.
If I may just add to that, as we see, there are a lot of apartments, building residential areas in Guwahati. So we'll be talking to the management of such apartments, and then we'll be placing our own dustbins there where we'll be segregating non-biodegradable and biodegradable waste. And we hope that the people will be supporting us. And in case our biodegradable waste is not completely segregated, we'll be hiring laborers to segregate them. Thank you.
Okay. How much can you produce in a month? What is the total quantity that you'd produce? You said you'll produce all kinds of vegetables, all right? So that was slightly generic, but do you have any idea on what you're going to produce, how much of it you're going to produce? You've done a revenue projection, but you've not talked about what you're going to produce. What vegetables are you going to produce?
Sir, we would majorly focus on the vegetables and fruits which are good according to which follow the climatic conditions of Assam and which are supported by it. So starting from that, and as we grow, if we move to another state, different states, so we'll cover the vegetables and fruits according to the climatic conditions.
To just add to that, we'll be expecting around 10 kgs of vegetables per meter square in a month.
Also to add on the revenue approximation is done on a prudence method where all the anticipated losses are taken care of, but all the anticipated gains during the company's ventures are not taken care of. So this is an approximation of the revenue and not the exact figure of it because it's a starting venture. Thank you.
You guys are doing commerce, right? Okay. Good answer.
Okay, congratulations again. A very interesting concept, and coming from Assam, which definitely has abundance of these natural resources. You mentioned somewhere that first the prices are going to be relatively higher and then you would reduce the prices in due course of time. Why did you say that?
If I may answer to that. So it all depends upon the availability of raw material. So if we get a good response from the residential areas and we have a good amount of raw materials, then our cost of production will be going down. So in the beginning, we are expecting a low availability of raw materials because we need to convince the people and segregate the biodegradable waste. So that's why we are expecting a little higher cost of production in the short run.
Okay, so this is linked to your cost of production, is it?
Ma'am, also to add to that, when we start a venture, the venture is not yielding that much profits as it would be giving in the long run. Sustainability of organic farming is actually covered and realized to its full potential when it's going in the long run. So whenever we when we go in the long run, the benefits would be directly transferred to the customer. That's why the prices is expected to go down and not go high.
Okay, fair enough. It all depends where you want to position yourself. Sometimes the costs may go down, but you don't want to reduce the prices because you want to position your product accordingly. No problems. Your market is domestic or international also? Or is it just local?
To start with, we would start as locally in Guwahati and the other Assam, and then grow and try to reach out as pan-India and if possible export outside too.
Okay. Do you see a challenge in people, especially farmers, buying this manure because they're used to using whatever? you know. Do you see a challenge there, and how would you convince them?
If I may answer to that, yeah, we do see a challenge in that, and that's why we'll be expecting farmers, like we'll be hiring farmers, and they will ask us to, like, in the beginning, try farming in our own land, where they can try and look at our manures, how it works, and we'll be trying to educate them accordingly, and then we expect a good response from them.
Great. Your biggest strength is combining these two sides, right? Supply and demand, or your strength lies in making this manure, or your strength lies in one piece of it. What is that you would want to position your company as? I'll tell you why I'm asking this question.
Ma'am, our company is based, our cooperative is based on a B2B and B2C model. So the supply and the demand chain is both is taken care of. Even from where we'll be getting the waste and from where we will be using it. So the risk is relatively low.
That's okay. Your competence is in, okay. On one hand, you are convincing the farmers to use this manure. In due course of time, when the consumption of this manure increases, do you see these farmers also producing this manure, and you just be, you outsource this piece, you just maintain quality? Because no matter how much land you have, you will never be able to make that much manure, right? So do you also see that these farmers would make their own manure and they will use it? Why they should use it is because you would buy the products from them and you would give them market linkage. So do you want to position yourself, just a thought I'm leaving you with, if you want to position yourself as market linkage, then probably you can ask the farmers and train them to make this manure, use it, and you can buy the products from them, and that would incentivize them to use this manure, because you are ultimately going to buy it from them. Give them certifications of organic or naturally grown or whatever. Okay, just one more thing, please bear in mind, there is going to be a lot of transport cost also involved. I hope you have incorporated that, because the waste may be free, but transporting it from one place to the other is going to cost you. Okay, so keep that in mind and try to figure out a way to minimize that.
Ma'am, for that also we have thought to buy electronic vehicles instead of the ones supported by petrol and diesel. So
yes, whatever. Yes, great.
You can do that, but then do you know that the upfront cost of an electric vehicle is something that will go out of your pocket, and you'll have to spend so much more time, breaking even. So, Dr. Pallavi is right. You might like to consider outsourcing one part of it, right? You need to decide where you're going to focus on, because you're running two engines. One is on the demand side, one is on the supply side. Whereas you can run your business by running just one engine. So you can very well look at outsourcing the sourcing of biodegradable material. Second, you could incentivize people. Let's say that, if you can walk into an apartment complex and you can tell them that if you segregate your waste, I'm going to give you organic products at 20% off, right? That will increase the supply for you from the same apartment, right? If you tell these restaurants, you give me segregated waste, I'm going to supply you absolutely perfect quality vegetables at 5-10% off. I'm sure people will be happy to do that, because that is where they are able, they perceive themselves as being able to monetize their waste, right? They're making money out of waste through a discount. They would love to do that, and they are going to be your first customers as well. So do think of running your business on one engine. You don't really need two engines.
And I'm also seeing a place where you have so much of raw material that you have enough scope to even innovate other products. I'm not saying you have to do it and you have to do it right away. Please focus on the current offering that you have. But it could be biofuel, it could be cattle feed, it could be anything, besides manure. But yeah, great idea. Congratulations and best wishes to all of you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you so much for that, both the judges. I don't know about you guys. I got a lesson in value chain management. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is where you get to have your say. Please rate the performance of the Assam Valley School on the poll you have on your screens now. You could rate them either 5, 10, 15, or 20 out of 20. I would also request the judges to please put in the scores into the scoring sheets. Mr. Bora, I have your scores. Thank you so much. Ma'am, I have your scores as well. Thank you. Well, we are about 40 seconds in and 78% of people have voted. The rest 22% have your say. You have watched the performance, you have heard them present. How convinced are you? One minute in, we are at 85%. About 15 more seconds, and then we shall close the poll. 88% of people have voted. If you have not yet voted, please do so. We're into the last 5 seconds. And that's time. So I have the polls for all the 4 teams. I have the judges' scores for all the 4 teams. I have the unenviable job of compiling those right now. Remember, this is the 7th qualifier, 15 teams already up on the leaderboard. You're trying to see how many of them can you beat. How secure is your spot in the top 24? Well, I would now like to invite the judges back. I know you've given your specific feedback to all the 4 teams, but you've also heard some young minds tackle business problems that are perhaps beyond their years. Any advice, any feedback to them would be wonderful. Mr. Bora, Dr. Tak, if I may invite you back.
Sure. All I'd say is, whenever you're presenting a business plan, simplicity is the name of the game, right? You do not need to put in all the dimensions into the picture. You just need to talk about what is the most important thing that you're going to be doing. And, there are two parts to a good business plan: a good story and a good understanding of the numbers that go with the story. Keep it absolutely simple. Do not get caught in jargon. That is something which, is not required. Long as you keep it simple, commonsensical, you'll hit the nail on the head. Everything is right. Einstein said this: if you can't explain what you're doing in 2 or 3 straight lines, you really don't know what you're doing. So try and crystallize, get that clarity, and you'll be just fine. Thank you.
Wonderful, sir. Thank you so much. Ma'am?
Okay, I'll just add to what Mr. Bora just said. Try and explain your business model to your grandma. And if she understands it, you're right. I mean, simplify to that extent that your grandma understands and maybe make her a co-founder. Okay, I don't have any more suggestions, but I think I have learnings from today's session. One, brilliant storytelling. I mean, this is something that we need to learn from all of you. Secondly, you've been able to learn so much in that short span of time where, the knowledge sessions and interactions were happening for you. So I think understanding the whole process of business building and business model building, that has really been absorbed extremely well, and congratulations on being fast learners in that sense. And last but not the least, please keep that belief on. It's always inspiring because the belief that we can change something, the belief that we can make that dent. So wish you all the best. We have learned so much from you today. And please feel free to get in touch if you need any help. And we'll be happy to be your customers. Yeah, all the best.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for that. You have just given some very enthusiastic entrepreneurs a free hand to reach out to you for marketing. I would suggest you be ready to get a lot of marketing material thrown your way now. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have this course in. Before we tell you this course, a little bit about the kind of work we do here at Notebook. We make content. And while Fusion, the team wanted to make content for financial literacy, the content that we make makes your life as students easier and studies a little more fun. Here is how.
नमस्ते बच्चों, नोटबुक में आपका स्वागत है। इस नए वीडियो को आपके सामने प्रस्तुत करते हुए हमें बेहद खुशी हो रही है। हमारा उद्देश्य है परंपरागत शिक्षा को आधुनिक तरीके से पेश करना, ताकि हमारी ये नई पीढ़ी या आप सभी कहीं भी कभी भी इसे आसानी से पढ़ सकें।
Hello students, today we are going to study the story Madam Rides the Bus, written by Valli.
The king, Louis XVI, had come to power in 1774 at only 20 years of age. The king helped the 13 American colonies gain independence from Britain.
Curly brown hair turning permanently black. If you memorize this line, it will help you remember the ratios all your life. How? Let's see. Some people have is a way of remembering sine is equal to perpendicular by hypotenuse. Provides energy for everything you do throughout the day. Next is the nucleus, the brain of the cell. This is where all the secrets are stored. Why do you think you have black eyes as your parents? Aha! Thank the nucleus.
Whoa, what is this? We are gonna drown.
Don't worry, you're not going to drown. This is the cytoplasm.
Sometimes, a fully grown individual, such as hydra or planaria or starfish, can give rise to a complete individual from its body parts. Isn't this interesting?
नोटबुक में आप सभी का पुनः स्वागत है।
नमस्ते बच्चों।
And speaking of Notebook, here's the person, the founder, who started it all. Achin Bhattacharya is the founder and CEO at Notebook. Prior to starting Notebook, Achin was a director at Deloitte. A chartered accountant by training, he has worked both in India and abroad with KPMG, PwC, and Deloitte, besides other giants in the consulting space. Achin, you have heard 4 brilliant teams today. Your feedback, please.
Really wonderful. I must appreciate. I think while watching the event today as it was unfolding, I just could not help but remember one of the famous quotes, my all-time favorites, by French poet, novelist, and senator Victor Hugo, who said that nothing else in the world, not all the armies, is so powerful as an idea whose time has come. And undoubtedly, the kind of ideas that we saw today with regard to social entrepreneurship, the entire range of ideas, the entire spectrum, starting from Thought Cafe to the entire idea about fusion, to clothing for the LGBT community, to Green Spring, I must say, commendable. So much of thought leadership. And as Dr. Khan also rightly mentioned, some brilliant storytelling, which for all of us also, I think is a lesson to definitely learn. This belief that yes, indeed, we can work together to make the world a better place to live is something which I think is the biggest takeaway from today's session. Today, in fact, when I was hearing some of these ideas, especially for instance, with regard to financial education, one of the topics which is also very close to us in Notebook. Just to share with you, we work very closely with Aflatun, the leaders in financial education, our presence in more than 40 countries. And I'm sure my dear friend, Roland Monash, the CEO of Aflatun, who is based out of Amsterdam, will be very, very happy when I tell him that school children here are thinking on similar lines. Some great potential competition for him. But wonderful. Must appreciate some really great ideas. Because the whole objective is that, and I think the other aspect is today's session, it really came to life. I couldn't thank the judges enough, both Dr. Pallavitak and Mr. Epistemo, for some very thought-provoking questions, which really added a lot to the session. Because in order to get a complete 360 degree perspective, it's very important that such kind of interventions come in, and also some great advisors. And when I was listening to the advisors, I think it is so balanced, both on the production side as well as on the sales side. So in order to ensure that you're more focused, more lean, so really, really wonderful. One word of advice for all my young friends today, really wonderful. I think one thing that Mr. Boda said, I completely agree with. The social entrepreneurship is really the need of the hour. It's wonderful. But in order to ensure that your intent sees light of the day, and you're able to create an impact which is material enough to benefit a large section of people, it needs to be sustainable. And in order to be sustainable, it needs to be scalable. So I think that's what Dr. Tak also referred to, that okay, you might be starting from a particular geography, but keep this in mind that in future you may need to expand, and you will need to expand. So really wonderful. So the whole thought process, the whole DNA of Ignite has been with regard to encourage the culture of entrepreneurship. And I'm very, very thankful to our knowledge partners at IIMCIP for working so closely with us in terms of conceptualizing the entire event. Without their help, of course, it would not have been possible. Really wonderful. And I also thank the esteemed principals of all the schools for encouraging our humble endeavor. I thank the teachers and parents. When I see such wonderful performance, I completely understand how much of support, how much of mentoring, has gone behind this. Really wonderful. So I'm really indeed proud of all of you. Such kind of performance, especially I was listening to kids, students, standards 7 and 8. So unimaginable, I must say. In fact, if you would have been able to do 25% of what you're doing at your age, so I think you would have been really proud of me. Wonderful. A big round of applause from my side. Wonderful. Over to you, Shubha. We're all waiting with bated breath for this course. So I will not keep the audience waiting any further. Thank you.
Well, as ordered, here are the scores. Birla High School, Mukundapur, you had 83 from the judges and 12 from the audience. Epistemo Vikas Leadership School, 66 from the judges and 10 from the audience. Sunbeam Suncity School and Hostel, Varanasi, 70 from the judges and 14 from the audience. And the Assam Valley School, 80 from the judges and 14 from the audience. Remember, these scores are rounded up in terms of decimal. So we've been getting a few questions about why two numbers add and one number is up or down. That's because of the decimals in the equation. Well, today's totals stand like this. Birla High School, Mukundapur tops today's chart at 95 out of 120. Epistemo Vikas Leadership School is at 75. The Sunbeam Suncity School and Hostel, Varanasi is at 83. And the Assam Valley School at 94. A very, very high scoring round. Congratulations all around. All four of you get to pretty high places on the leaderboard right now. And I'm sure if I had to venture a guess, I would say start preparing and practicing for the subsequent rounds. But well, more rounds are yet to come. This was just qualifier number 7. As you know, we have 16 qualifiers. I must thank each and every one of you. Must thank the judges. We will meet you again in our next qualifier. We'll keep you informed over email and WhatsApp. Until then, please take care and goodbye.
Goodbye. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.